Okay, welcome back. Okay, for those of you that are new to this channel, I do the 13 zodiacs, okay? The original 13 zodiacs, there may be more. I do the 13 zodiacs, not the 12. Thank you if you are a current subscriber for returning to my channel. Much appreciated. All the love I send back in return for your support. Okay, so let's get into this. So far, we've only done for the month of August, Libra and Scorpio. We'll see what else comes out. All right. Legacy. Now get this. The other day, there was a leak in the top of my pool. It's one of those big blue pools with a ring that's inflated around the top. And it kept leaking. Couldn't find the leak. So yesterday, I believe it was, there were paw prints. And I thought maybe it was my cats trying to drink from there, but we give them a bowl of water. And the prints themselves actually looked like raccoon prints. So the raccoon itself can symbolize a lot of different things. Yeah, it could be theft, but it could be other things as well. You're more than welcome to look up and see what the raccoon means spiritually. Anyways, so I seen the prints there, and lo and behold, when I decided, my inner child chose to use bubbles. You know the container that they give you, the bubbles that you blow? I put the bubbles around the entire top, and I squeezed a little bit, and there was one tiny little dome bubble that kept appearing, and it showed me where the hole was, and it was right where the prints were, and they're the longer prints, so I knew it was a raccoon. So I cleaned that up and I put a patch on it, and it was like microscopic, so tiny. But I put the bubbles on it. Capricorn. Okay, January 19th to February 15th. Don't worry if your birthday originally that was given to you for the 12 zodiacs doesn't line up with this. It may mean that you're actually a different zodiac, but it doesn't mean that this assigned one at birth does not apply to you. Okay. The goat, spleen, Saturn, lead, tiger's eye, adrenals, amethyst, Saturday, and garnet. Number 7, when it breaks down in numerology, that could be specific to you. And I'm just going to see what comes out. Grab all my cards here. If there's a commercial in the background, I'm not going to stop and pause it because there's no need to do so. All right. I'm trying to get used to the fact that there's always going to be distractions around me, and I need to tune those out. Maybe that's what you need to do. There could be a lot of distractions sent your way, or just entities or something like that trying to get your attention to draw it away from what you're actually supposed to be doing. Navy SEALs, USC fighters. You could be a fighter. There's a reason why things happen. And this is talking about hypnosis for celebrities. Maybe you want to try something like that, hypnosis of some sort, to quit any bad habits. Or this could be wanting to go to a session where somebody does a deep hypnotherapy to go within to find out what's happening in childhood that's been blocked out. Some of us have gone through so many traumatic things that our brain, just like any kind of pain, it doesn't want to remember. So if you broke your arm or something like that, your brain may understand that it hurt, but it doesn't remember the exact pain, or you probably would pass out. It's the same for trauma as well. And what it is trying to do is trying to prevent you from going through anything further. So when it comes to certain things like past childhood trauma or anything like that, even past life trauma, our brain sometimes blocks it out. But it doesn't mean it's not accessible. When you are ready to do the work, the therapy, the self-healing, whatever journey you want to go on, you can try to approach it one at a time. I don't advise anybody that's been through multiple traumas to do it all at once. It's the same with your baths and stuff like that. Make sure to segregate them so you attack one at a time. And when I say attack, it means address those negative energies so that you can learn the lesson from it and transmute it into positivity. Okay? All right, Capricorn, what do we got here? Pulse, kind of like the Schumann resonance or your own pulse. You could be checking your pulse to see if you're still alive. Maybe there's something that happened to you and you're surprised you're still in the game. The beating of the heart or an artery. Vibration. Leguminous plant or their seeds, just as ideas are. They are seeds, they're information as beings. And to beat or to throb. This could be symbolic for the heart too. If you've ever gone through any of those heart palpitations or anything like that, it very well could be a signal for you or something that is trying to get your attention. Pay close attention to your body. All right, past life oracle card. Let's see what we have for you, Capricorn. Past life oracle card. What's the patterns? There's two that came out, both face down. One of them half face down. We've got transportation, all right? This card usually is symbolic to me because I see in the locomotive, the middle of it has a star. So your potential, whatever it is that you have maybe forgot about, whether they're your gifts, talents, and abilities, you may need to travel or seek either help or advice from somebody in a different location. Right? And it's also about what you take with you, what you leave behind. What are you bringing on as your luggage? Like, are you bringing on all of it, or are you just going to take what's necessary with you to go forward? And then you got food and hunger as well. This is the idea of lack energy and learning from that, learning that we're not in lack. The universe is abundant. You are a part of the universe, therefore you are abundant. There's more than enough to go around, despite what they say, despite whatever they try to as propaganda throw out there to the general collective as being in lack. We are not. Yes, there's some areas that have less than others, but that's only because those that consider themselves to be on top, that are pulling the strings, are not equally allowing the divination or dividing, of the resources. Okay, and they are purposefully withholding, whether it be information or resources, food, you name it. They're purposely withholding that from certain people, especially in the areas where those that are mostly connected to the divine, naturally, as we all are, the ones with gifts and abilities that could pose a threat to them, they find it self-defense, but when really it's just trying to prevent something of their own healing journey. So when people are in pain, when they do things out of closed heart chakra, they are trying to implement that on everybody else so that they don't have to go within and look at their own pain. This could be symbolic for people that are around you, that you're dealing with currently. Okay, so that's transportation. These are patterns, past life oracles. So your ancestors have gone through these. You yourself could be currently going through these cycles. It's unfortunate that most people are used as a scapegoat. The whole idea of Capricorn being the goat, also the devil. Things could be used against you, like your vices or anything that's considered to be a distraction, pretty much. So whether this be having to do things more in moderation or just finding out what certain handles are that are being used against you. What can we get for Capricorn? And tonight I really had to push. It's not that I don't want to do these readings. I really very much so do. It's just that I'm having this kind of energy that's going up against me and distracting me in every which way possible, and it's really annoying. Okay, death. This could be your way of thinking. Cognitive function of certain third eye chakra. That's what I'm getting here. So other people could have not wanted you to look in the past or look in the past about what has been done to you. Certain people could have said some things or done certain things to try to end you. All right. I'm seeing 4 crows in the back and 1 on the very top of the mountain. So there's a specific person in your energy that has been trying to control you since the beginning. Now, I don't know if this is from birth or this is just since the beginning of you and your awakening. Because the more that you are awake and aware of things, the more you start tapping in and using your third eye, the more you start seeing more information that's coming out. And it very well could unveil certain things that were done to you from other people. Now, when this happens, it's going to cause judgment on those that have done you wrong. And automatically, in response to that, the universe is going to recognize that this is not your energy to hold. And it's going to place that negative energy that's been placed on you back to those that purposefully placed it on you. Okay? Like I said, a lot of distractions. At some point or another, you're going to have to voice your own words. You may have tried to do this in the past and people kind of twisted it or manipulated it in a certain way to make you feel guilty or shame or fear or anything of the sort. This is a death to that. All right? Somebody very well could have been trying to place that upon you as well. Maybe you've been in situations, like I said, you're surprised you're still alive at this point. So that's 10, 1, 2, 3, 13. Can also be thought of as a lucky number 13 or unlucky. It depends on what your perspective is. And then it could also be 4 if you use numerology, which is luck. That would be Jupiter. That would be replacing the cycle. So finding an out for a cycle by learning the lesson. 6 of Cups in reverse. I didn't even shuffle for this. This just came out. Unwillingness to work with certain people. It could be with a certain people that have tried to do certain things to you. You don't really want to build anything with these people, and I don't blame you. There's a hesitancy too. This could be an issue in the future if you are not willing to work with anybody at all. Just keep in mind that there are red flags and false red flags. And the false red flags come from the idea that you've been hurt in the past, so that the idea that everybody's going to do that to you coming up, but that's not the case. You really have to trust your intuition. You have to trust the divine universe. You have to believe in yourself. And not let it... I've got another distraction. Hold on, I gotta let Calypso in the room. Just give me a minute. All right, I just had to let Calypso back in the room, and automatically I got the download that she's hungry, but she already ate. So this could be you as well. You could feel like you're hungry, but you already ate. Maybe your metabolism's really fast. Back to what I was talking about. You may not want to do certain things. Maybe you're being called to do a fast or something like that. Even though some food for you would be useful. Okay, it's just like not wanting to work with people, but some people may really be there to help you. Just try your best. I understand it's not always easy. Okay, you have the strength within yourself. What else we got here? There could be certain people as well that, let's say you have a fast metabolism. This is weird that's coming out. And they are maybe jealous of that or something along the lines of that. And maybe trying to force feed you, whether this be information or food, or force feed you into a certain way of thinking. Or force you into submission, into working with other people that you don't want to work with. Or force you into doing something that you don't want to do. I'll go over here. What do we got over here? That's the whole, that's like a big chunk there. Just give me a second. One at a time, please, and thank you. Okay, we've got crown chakra. Right, and I do notice in this death energy here, this death card energy, that could be a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. The helmet. Now, a lot of people in the spiritual or religious sector, okay, and I say sector because it kind of sounds like they cover their head, their crown chakra. This may be something you need to do, whether this be a hat or wear something at bed when you're sleeping for astral projecting or doing certain things. There could be certain people placing things at night while you're trying to sleep. All right, they could be attacking your third eye chakra, whether this be like bad dreams or just sending you certain things that are not favorable, or they're trying to put certain ideas in your head, maybe even trying to flip the script and make you feel a certain way for speaking the truth in the past or wanting to know the truth and speak the truth. Make sure you cover your crown chakra, or at least do a cleanse. That could be like a deep scrub. There are certain things you can put on your scalp to really open up the pores and massage and do that. Breathing techniques are a way to engage, transmute, learn, connect, and with good intention, manipulate the 3D and 5D realms. So when it comes to astral projection or doing anything like that, or even when it comes to your third eye chakra, breathing techniques are really helpful. And they can really open certain... I'm getting the whole idea that when somebody hyperventilates, they breathe into a bag. But in a not so serious aspect of this is breathing really rapidly, but do it from the stomach instead of the upper chest. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. Somebody wants to silence you because all that's popping out here is transmute. And it's almost like they don't want you to speak certain things. So not only is that the crown chakra that we're talking about, the third eye chakra so far, now we got the heart chakra. Now we got the throat chakra. Big businesses are collabing and joining together or going under because the foundations they were built on are from harvesting from the collective and created a faulty foundation. I'm gonna have to reread that, but hold on, give me a second. So the big businesses that are collabing and joining together are either going under if they don't do so, or they're going under because they were built on faulty foundations. So they were built off the energy of other people. Whether this be suffering, remember what I talked about at the beginning, not equally dispersing the resources and trying to hoard it all, or trying to control a large amount of people so that they don't have to do the work on themselves. And what happens is they create a faulty foundation. So you're seeing a lot of people step down, a lot of people backing out or revoking their position because they don't want to do it, because they're afraid, because they know what they have done, and those sort of things are crumbling. Right? Now, maybe you know who this person is. They could be connected to a bigger, I want to say conglomerate. They could be connected to a bigger source or something like that that has been doing things they shouldn't be doing. And with this death energy, what I'm picking up is not necessarily people dying, but people could have tried to inflict things on other people via words or attacking the crown chakra, the throat chakra, third eye. Sometimes people will try to manipulate other people's third eye by making them see certain things that is not their intention. So you could be going about your day, you get like a flash of something and it really doesn't resonate with you at all. It's almost confusing. And this could either be a sign from your spiritual guides as like a warning, or this is like implemented into your third eye. This is what I'm picking up. And they're trying to harvest based off of fear. So don't allow them to do that, okay? If you're not sure how to do that, do your research. Validation of another is wanting to belong and recognition of self. Do you already belong? And are you worth so much, very much? I'm having a hard time with my words. So somebody could be playing with your throat chakra, very much so. Thank you. Transformation. This death energy comes with transformation, and you do have protection from your enemies, but you're going to have to take the necessary steps to discern who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around. And if you're trying to seek validation from others, which doesn't really seem like you are, this could be this other person's energy that I'm picking up. There's two specifically. They may be trying to get validation to other people by doing what they're doing, because it gives them a sense of self, a sense of belonging, even when they're not doing the right things. I don't think you want to do this anymore. I don't think you want to participate if that's what you were doing previously. I think you maybe even want to travel or leave. Can we get a bit more on the Six of Cups in reverse? You already belong. Your ancestors say you already belong.
Why Amazon paying me $600 a day
They could be preventing you from leaving or going to another location. So this energy, the Six of Swords in reverse, technically this means leaving betrayal behind, going with who you want to go with, using your emotions in a good way to create something new and leave behind what's in the past. But this is like it's almost like a stopping energy, like somebody's preventing you from going to where you wanted to go, or creating what you wanted to create, or building what you want to build. It's like they're preventing you. So not getting along with people. Maybe they've put this whole idea of fear in your head that you can't, or that you can't move forward, or that you can't go forward. That's not true. That's absolute bullshit. I hope you know that, Capricorn. Okay? Can we get a little bit more? Six of Swords in reverse. Simplicity. They may think that you are not seeing the full spectrum of things. They may think that you have not fully understood the situation. I think you do. Now it's just a matter of what you're going to do about it. It's a state or quality of being simple. Singleness, alertness. This person could have wanted you to be single. Sincerity, plainness, and foolishness. Whoever you're dealing with could very well think that you are in like the fool-like energy, or you're naive and stupid. I don't think that you are. I think you're fully fucking aware of what's going on right now. I don't think they understand how aware you are, and I think they're the ones that are actually in fear. And this is why they're preventing you from moving forward or going to or seeking any sort of help for whatever situation you're in to dig deeper. I don't think they want you to know certain things, because the more you know, the more you can protect yourself even more, the more you could speak the truth, the more you put a death to the situation, whatever this is, the more you can actually turn the Six of Cups in the upright, so you can work with other people, the more you can move forward, so you can turn it from that to that. It doesn't seem like they want you to do that. And that's not for them to decide. At no point should another person try to govern your life because of their own fears. Not even the government. Nobody should be doing that. Seek a sense of wholeness. You do belong. You are protected. And if you've gone through quite a bit already, just know that there's help available, but you have to take the necessary steps. Like I said, decide who you want to be around, who you don't. Decide what you want to do for yourself and what you don't want to do. If you don't want to participate in certain things, then don't. You don't have to. I don't care if somebody says that they're going to blackmail, use whatever against you, or try to fearmonger you, whatever. I personally am the type of personality that if I don't want to fucking do something, I'm not going to do it. Nobody can coerce me. Nobody can convince me. It doesn't even matter what they threaten me with. If I don't want to do something, I won't do it. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm very determined. So I would like to give you some of this energy. Hopefully you listen to my words carefully. If you want to do something for you in your highest self, then do so. Nobody can stop you but you. So whatever you choose, make sure you do it with integrity. What's this death energy? Good catch. Justice. I caught that with two hands. Cut out the things that don't serve you. Justice, okay? You have guidance, that compass, that inner compass there, and this person has a crown on top of them. They've also got a head covering too. Make sure you're protecting you. You don't have to wear a head covering all the time. I think a lot of religions do this for this purpose. There's multiple reasons, but cleansing your crown chakra energy is what's important, because in my opinion, this is my opinion, you don't have to take my opinion for it, but my opinion is we have our crowns within us. I don't know if you've ever seen the pelvis, but if you take a good look at it, okay, it almost looks like a butterfly, and by the coccyx, there's a part on the top for your spine connection that looks like a crown. Your crown's within you, in my opinion. Okay? Sword of truth. Balance between duality. Then you've got third eye chakra and root chakra. They could be doing root chakra on you as well. Stripe of green down the middle. 1, 2, 3. 3 generations of this. Maybe more. But I think you are acknowledging what is going on. Now, whether or not you're going to do something about this is up to you. It's completely up to you. You get to choose. It's your choice, okay? Programming your subconscious mind. You're allowed to reprogram yourself. If you don't like the old programming, you have it within your own capacity to reprogram your brain. If there are certain things you like, then do them. If there's certain things you don't like, then don't do them. Make sure never to harm another person. Use your wisdom. Use the information given to you. If you have contacted your ancestors or you have gotten downloads, listen to them. I know it's hard sometimes in this matrix. We're kind of just like taught to dismiss that sort of thing. But our ancestors did it freely. They taught their young ones how to do it. They taught how to connect with Mother Earth, the frequencies, animals around you, spirit guides. They taught all this sort of self-healing too. I'm getting Newt, N-U-T. You can look that up. Newt, Geb and Newt. Okay, what else can we get here? A little bit more. Capricorn. What else can we get here? Ooh. Yeah, you're the magician in the upright. You have everything you need right there in front of you and within you. Not just in the physical 3D, but astral realm as well. You have everything you need. Okay? It's infinite. You can utilize this. You can put it to good work. Good use. Something to do with a coin. So you've been making wishes, maybe. Grant your own fucking wishes. Why wait around for somebody to do it for you? Okay. That's your justice as well. By creating, co-creating with the divine universe, I should say. Justice is 1 after 10. So that's 11. Duality. Cut out the negative energies. Okay. Be one with self. And after 2 is 1. See that? Isn't that funny how that works, okay? So you got 11, which in numerology breaks down to a 2, and after 2 is 1. So realign yourself, get yourself back in order, in sorts, okay? Page of Clubs energy, looking onto the horizons, looking out further, seeing the potential, stepping up, not just with your solar plexus energy, but your heart chakra energy too. Using your voice. It only looks like he's wearing one sleeve, and that would be the right sleeve. Left hand brain functions the right arm from what we're taught, so that would be logic and reason. Now you got to use your creativity, and then he's got a, I want to say spyglass, but looking glass. So use your third eye chakra too, to see what's coming, or to create what is to come. That's also your justice as well. Can we get a little bit more for Capricorn? And then I'm going to pull some runes. Runes have multiple meanings. The ones that I pulled from are Elder Furthark, Viking runes. Okay. Your body is a combination lock to the divine, so treat it as a temple. Reconnect and trust a sublime healed mind. Face and integrate the shadow aspect you have ignored. So our shadow aspect likes to protect us. And sometimes it can invoke certain entities or energies that are deemed as evil or negative. But there's a purpose for them, okay? And you don't want to ignore the shadow aspect of yourself or pretend it doesn't exist. That's not a part of duality. Remember this combined union energy. Does getting even with a person resonate with you? If so, what does it mean? So do you feel the need to get even with people, or do you want to be at peace? And then support local private businesses rather than big box stores or corp. It's funny that that came out. that use consumerism approach. As a community, we have to work together, helping others in our community, like the trade or barter system. So what one has to help another. What is it you want to learn? And this is in orange. Sacral energy. What do you really want to learn? Creativity, sexuality even. Let's pull some runes. Maybe I'll pull a couple cards after as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's this thing that they do with sound, vibration, even light. The light bar. And it goes from one side. So you got to sync both your sides of your brain up. You could even do that too. They do use that in hypnotherapy, I think, too. I don't know if that's what you want, but we got Othelon. Okay, looks like this. You can look it up. Multiple meanings. Could be something to do with religious values or what other people try to place on you. Then we got Dagas. Look it up. Then we got Anzus. That's this one here. All right, and then we've got Wunjo. Nope, not Wunjo. Frieza. This one right here. That one reminds me, Frieza reminds me of when I'm sleeping and I put one leg up and my foot touches the inner side of my leg. And it kind of makes like that same pattern as I'm sleeping. That's what that reminds me of. There could be sleeping patterns. So again, to do with the astral realm, sleeping, protect yourself, okay? Remember to love you. I'm gonna pull one more card. Oh, Island Time Wellness. What do we got for Capricorn? Island Time Wellness. Yeah, pay attention to certain things, okay? Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block and restraint. These are other people that are using your vices against you, including the fact that you need to heal a heart chakra or any pains that you've suffered in the past, even the ones they inflicted on you. Okay, they're using it against you. And then we got photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Remember, you've got lots of time, despite what they say. Make new memories, good memories, okay? If you miss somebody, that's okay, but don't cling to that energy because you're also pulling on that person's energy too. And if somebody's clinging to your energy, you wouldn't like that very much, right? Looking at your photos, you're allowed to go through photos, but again, it's going to invoke certain emotions, healthy brain. Remember to love you, please do.